Hey guys, welcome back to the Interceptor. We are here with War 4 of Season 45. And in the last war, I said that that is my favorite war ever in Alliance War. I just beat that. The next war. This is my favorite war. Because I have 10 fights. The maximum number of fights you can take. All with Stealth Spidey. All. And also, I only get hit in one fight. It is just a thing of beauty. I am addicted to using Stealth Spidey, and someone needs to take him away from me, or I will be convinced that I am the best player in the whole game. That is how powerful I feel with this man on my team. It is crazy. But anyways, so as you know, we started off the season 0-3. And actually, I forgot to update my stats. So let me just do that while the first fight's playing. But because we started 0-3, we're in Platinum 2 right now when the leaderboards first came out, and we matched a Platinum 2 alliance. And their rating is actually only about 20 lower than ours because of all the losses recently. But anyways, we did match them. So we have the team of Stealthy, Wags, and Scorpion. And we're on path 5-5. And then I have a bunch of minis. Obviously, the maximum amount of minis that you can take. And oh, my numlock's not on. I'm like, why can't I type? Okay. And we're taking the whole left side. And yeah, we're just gonna mess some defenders up. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I have to count all my numbers. Like I restarted my computer earlier today, and when I do that, all of the numbers in my description that I save each video goes back like to the last time I restarted my computer, which was last season actually. It was because I just keep it on all the time. I have no reason to turn it off. But yeah, that Ebony Maw, absolute joke. Didn't even have to say anything. This is a Jessica Jones on the next node. I don't even have to say anything. This is also a joke. You guys know exactly how Stealth Spidey counters both fights. I don't need to say it. But yeah, it deleted all of my fights. So now I have to like count them in my head. So there's the record. There's the deaths. So I had 18. I should have 37. Right? Because I had 9 in the first war, 8 in the second war. 9 is 26. 36. I'm 36 for 36. Alright, next video. I did cut them into shorter videos so that the video would be slightly longer. That basically just cuts out my boosting, moving, and applying pre-fights. And this is the worst fight. This is the fight I get hit in. I actually take a combo twice from Morbius. I feel like when he's dashing at me with the glide, he just dashes way faster, and sometimes I just don't have time to react. So I lost my little effect there. And here I get hit by the last hit. I actually, until then, I didn't know it had another hit. I didn't know there were 3 hits on his SP2, so now I know that after he goes down, I can't punish right away. I have to wait a second, but I had to throw 2 SP1s in this fight to get my precision up, but he's such an easy defender that it doesn't matter. But here I'm going to get hit again, and of course, on both of the glides, he crits. Actually, that might be a guaranteed crit. I don't know enough about Morbius, so I can't say that with certainty. Okay, my stats are updated, and now I can just read off of them. Anyways, on to Path 5, Section 2. At the second fight, we have an Absorbing Man here, and I was actually supposed to use one of my Wag's pre-fights here. We had a guy double Path 5 to give me a pre-fight on Maw, although it ended up doing nothing in the fight because I never got my slow back up. But it did give me a little extra damage, so there's that. But this Absorbing Man is actually the Absorbing Man that I died to, I believe, War 1, 2 seasons ago, because I was coming into the season with like a 60-70 Deathless streak, and then I died in my first war. of that season. But yeah, this Absorbing Man, like I said, I was supposed to use Wags, and also I tried to put the Fragility pre-fight on, but I accidentally selected Enervate, so you saw me backing out there and trying to reselect it, but that doesn't work with Stealthy. That works with some champions where you can override it. Doesn't work with Stealthy. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to parry, finish my combo, and then parry again to go straight into a combo to get my my debuffs on, or else I won't be able to get my Fury because I have to apply it twice. I could alternatively go for an SP2, but I kind of just want to get it down as early as possible. But I have my precision up, so at least I'll be critting. End with a light here, and also I have the Scorpion synergy that allows me to pause the Enervate, which in this case is actually bad because I'm trying to push to SP2 in this fight, but it's fine. And he is going to throw his SP2 here, and it's actually going to line up perfectly with his heavy attack shutdown mode, or what's it called? Form? Yeah, his form shutdown timer, which is 20 seconds that you, between the first time that you can shut down one of his modes by countering a special with a heavy, and the next time. And then we go to our next fight, which is Node 38 Sasquatch, and this one is just clean. Unfortunately, we're going to get really bad RNG in this fight, and it's going to take a lot longer than normal. And the thing that goes wrong is that Sasquatch goes all the way up to 11 of his charges before he triggers Wrath, which you just don't want. If ideally, you'd want him triggering it at 6 or 7, so the time during which his extra protection is on is a lower time. Like, there's less of the fight that he is resisting. But yeah, basically we're just trying to push to SP2, keep our slow paused. After our first SP1 knockdown, we do not want to knock him down again the rest of the fight. But as you can see right here, my combos are doing like such little damage. At 9 charges, he's resisting probably 50% of my damage. Like, it's a very, very potent thing. And here we're going to bait one more SP2. He's all the way up to 11. I guess he's going to get all the way to 12 before triggering it, which is just absurd. He did. Wow. Which actually, the more charges that he triggers it at, the longer Wrath of Tanarak is. And he's actually easier to fight in Wrath of Tanarak, A, because he throws his specials, and B, because a combo after baiting an SP2 perfectly pushes him to an SP2. So as long as you have a slow counter, he's a joke. But for the purposes of this matchup on this node, it's actually better if he triggers it really early. But that's completely fine. And we have this infamous Iron Man. I was originally assigned Hulkling for this, and I was supposed to not have Wags on my team. And I was supposed to double Path 5 with someone else taking Absorbing Man. But that person that was doubling Path 5 Section 2 with me ended up having to get sent to another path to split a path with them. So I had a couple fights reassigned, and in order to make it work, I just asked my officer, hey, I know I was assigned Stealthy and Hulkling for just this one fight. Would it be okay if I brought White Magneto? Because I have a plan in mind for this Iron Doom. And basically what we're doing is we're using the Enervate pre-fight to make sure that he never reaches a bar of power, and he actually is never going to reach a bar of power in this fight. All that we're going to do is keep pausing our Enervates, keep countering with light attacks. Now, in this fight, he actually goes for every single light intercept I try in the whole fight, mostly because Alliance War AI is insanely aggressive. But even if he had not done that, I would have just blocked and baited out a heavy. I really was not too worried about block damage at this point, because my fight right after this is a hazard shift fight where my health is going to get healed right up to 100%. So let's go to the next video, which has the next 2 fights. We have this Wong on node 43, which is hazard shift aggression prowess, and this is just an absolute joke for Stealth Spidey. I believe the 3 banned champions this war were Silk, Void, and Cassie. And it does make sense to place Mystics on this node when you're banning so many of the top champions, but they just, I guess Stealth Spidey isn't really on their radar. But this fight is incredibly easy, although I am going to make one mistake right at the end. It's not getting hit, but you'll see what the mistake is. Well, I can just tell you. The mistake is that I let him finish the fight with above a bar power. So my next fight actually starts with a Fury. And because it's an enhanced power gain node, he's going to power gain all the way to 2 bars of power, which is not fun. But you'll see what happens there. So here, I'm about to kill him. And in hindsight, what I should have done instead of throwing the SP2 was hit into his block until he was at SP1, baited it, and then killed him with a combo. And then I would not have had the crossfight on me for this next fight. But I did know it was there, so it didn't come as a shock what happens in this next fight. But yeah, we are going to be taking this Gladiator here. This is a rank 2 7-star Gladiator on the enhanced power gain node. And this node isn't that bad, especially because Gladiator is a champion that in his own abilities does not have passive power gain, but this still has the aspect of war, so he's still going to be getting a lot of power. And since you normally want to bait his SP1 if you have a slow counter, that is a little bit annoying. It is going to extend the fight quite a bit. I have to bait a few more specials than I would have had to, but all I want to do off the start of the fight is get my slow up and then try to bait a special. And I am very good at dexing his SP2, so we dex every single hit except for one of them, and that one hit, the Incinerate on it doesn't actually do that much damage. It's healing us for about 50 per tick, and it's pretty long, so it actually gives us quite a decent amount of health. But this is a really straightforward fight. The only way that you can really mess this up is maybe eating an SP1, maybe accidentally pushing to SP2 and not knowing how to dex it. But if you just keep your slow up, this is a very easy fight. He does have a lot of health again just because he is a rank 2 7-star, but this is a very, very easy fight. This is another fight I was not initially assigned. I believe they assigned it to Doom, but I just tagged my officer. I said, hey, I kind of want to clear early today. Is there any way that I can just take this Gladiator on my way? Because I don't know if you saw the time I fought him in War 2, but it's a very, very good matchup. Stealthy is a hard counter for Gladiator. And he was like, sure, go ahead, man. I trust you to do that fight. So, yeah, we were able to take it, which was really convenient for me because then I don't have to wake up in the morning early, getting ready to go to the gym and have to do my fights while I'm getting ready to go to the gym. It's not a scenario I really love, but that fight does go down really easily, and we have 2 fights left. The next one is going to be a Mangog on the enhanced special 2 node, unblockable special 2, Conflictor, Deja Vu Prowess, and it also has Prowess Puncture. Right, that's it. But it's Mangog. I mean, Stealthy also hard counters Mangog. I mean, like, Stealthy is just Stealthy's that guy for all these fights. This is another 7-star rank 2 that just Stealthy does not care about. I throw another SP1 here. He is slowed. He has all those withers on him, and those withers actually do lower the power gain that comes from me inflicting other withers. So you'll notice that there, when I had no withers, it gave him almost a full bar of power. But when I have a full 5 withers and I trigger it, look how little power it gives him. That was like a third of a bar of power. So those were really nice for controlling the power. And it's actually also really convenient that we have those extra debuffs, those withers that we can constantly apply, because when we are able to constantly give him power, that means less block damage. And right there, because I parried, I actually got a stagger on me, which is going to heal me all the way back up to 100% from the block damage that I took earlier in this fight. So while this fight is a little bit longer, mostly because Mangog is a very beefy boy, here I'm going to use my striker. Oh no, I just go for an intercept. I guess I use my striker to kill. Smart. Although, if I'd just thrown the striker and then a combo, it would have killed anyways, but there we go. And Rintrabos, last fight of the war. This is a rank 5 because obviously He does not exist as a 7-star. I have an Ascended Rintra on defense that we have placed on the boss node before, but this is a non-Ascended one. And Rintra is another Mystic that goes unstoppable. So who are you gonna send? Stealth Spidey. That kind of came off like I was doing the whole Ghostbusters thing, like who are you gonna call? That was not the intention. It just kind of came out naturally that way. But one nice thing about this fight is that when you have the neutralize on you and you hit him, which would trigger the placebo buffs, but because I'm immune to the placebo buffs, you actually get ruptured. And because of the attacker tactic, that's just free healing the whole fight. Now, while that may lower your attack because of defensive masteries that most players run in this meta, you just stay at 100% the whole fight. So I don't care about a little bit of lowered health, especially when I have a champion that hits as hard as Stealth Spidey, who just does not care. Here I'm going to use my SP2, reset, and extend my slow. I didn't really need that because, again, I have Scorpion Synergy in here to just infinitely pause it. But the strat is to just bait SP1. I'm gonna give this dude some time. You know, if he needs a minute to throw that SP1, I'm gonna let him do that because I do have an invuln boost on here, so I wouldn't die if I ate an SP2. But pushing to an SP2 and failing the dex would still not be the best thing in the world, and I have a reputation to uphold. Not really, because I don't really have a reputation for high skill or anything like that, but you know what? Still. We're just having a little bit of fun out here. We're just trolling this Rintra boss, and we did see Rintra bosses once in the off-season, and I was going to take it to practice, but someone ended up using Castian. They also finished with full health, so we know we have those two options. So if we ever have a Rintra boss with one of them banned, we use the other, like in this one, where Cassie was banned, so we use Stealthy. But yeah, we're hitting our nice intercepts here, and he is almost dead. I think I'm going to bait this one SP1, and then I'm going to go for the kill. Also, the stun immunity does literally nothing on this node because it's already a boss node, which is already stun immune. So one of the more annoying parts about Rintra defensively also gets turned off. And yeah, that's our war. That is our whole war. There was about 15 and a half to 16 minutes of fights, 10 fights. And I am so terrified of when this global defensively and offensively is going to go away. I haven't seen what next season's global is, although I know it got released because KT1 made a video about it, but I haven't seen the video yet. I love Stealthy so much, and I'm going to cry when I can't use him for every single fight like I do right now. So yeah, that was my war. The war is absolutely nowhere near done yet, but I wanted to make this video because I just did these fights 20 minutes before I started recording, and I couldn't wait any longer. I was so excited to make this video, as I'm sure you can tell by the way that I am talking and how excited I sound. But yeah, we absolutely clapped these guys' cheeks, TXR. I think their name might be TXTR. Let me pause, or let me play this video for a second so you can see the tag. I can't tell because it looks like that's clearly a TX, but that third letter could either be an F or a T, and I don't know. So I'm gonna say it's TXTR, but it might just be TXR or TXFR. You know what? It's actually TXFR. I see now that's definitely an F. So TXFR. They must be a French alliance. And yeah, we are 1-3 on the season. We are going to win this war by a lot. I have not looked at the score since I did these fights, but at the time I looked, we had half the exploration they did, and they had 10 more deaths than us, which means they'll probably die 30-40 times. So we won this war. We are up. First win of the season, 1-3 record, and we have no deaths so far. Our PSR is 36 out of 36, or 100%, and my deathless streak is up to 37 fights. So that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are enjoying this insane Stealth Spidey gameplay as much as I enjoy making it. And I will see you all in the next video. Also, a little bit of an announcement. The same day that this video goes live, this video is going to go live 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday the 17th. I believe today is the 16th. I might have that wrong. The same day, I'm going to be doing my first Path of Necropolis live. So that'll probably be starting about 4 hours after this video goes live. So I'll see you guys there. And have a great day, everyone.